Sorry about that, guys. If you're on, we're back. I think Discord, Spotify, I think it's too much. We just can't cope with it. I haven't even got a hardwire in yet, you see. So I do need to get a hardwired in as well. Let's put this back on. What a pain in the ass that was. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I might have to leave the Discord off. I have to leave the Discord off while I do. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do at the minute. Till we settle. Music, mate. Well, I thought it might have been the music, because when I put the music on, it does go slower. Yeah, I think I might have to get a third party for the music. Am I there, Nick? Try that, because we're also streaming on Discord as well, remember. So we're streaming on Discord, we're streaming on YouTube, then I've got the Spotify running. So there's a lot of cogs in the machine. We just can't handle it, can we? Okay, we're back anyway, we're back. Okay, so let's have a look at this. 5 minutes for a close. I'm going to get a third party for the tunes. Oh, I just suck it and get that bloody Starlink. I am close to getting Starlink, by the way, just because I've had that much drama with internet. I'm going to have to sing to you. Unfortunately, I don't make the rules, guys. I'm going to have to sing. Bugger. Bugger, bugger. Okay, 5 minutes for a close. I don't know if this... Ooh, look at that. No top wick, no top wick. This 15's probably going to flip. So if this 15 flips, it means the hour is also going to push. Can we get a closure above 23.61? That is the question. Looks like that 15's flipped, innit? So we need to see what price is going to do around here. Are we going to respect to come back down, or we're going to close back in? And if we close back in, it doesn't mean we're not going to come back down, because it means we could come down to break the lows in order to drive back up, but that would be the direction. Or you could just come straight back up now, and this could be your break the lows again. What is this hour going to do? I thought it might be a slow day. It's Monday. Yeah, it does tend to be slow on a Monday. I'm on all week this week apart from Thursday. At the minute, I don't think I'll be on Thursday. So this means if the hour closes like this, we're going into the last hour of the 4. And if you look at the 4 now, yeah, this 4 could easily flip back to the upside. It means the next hour would look something like that for a doji closure, if we're going to get that. So if the next hour pushes up like that, it means the 4 is going to flip. 2 minutes for an hour. So what I would need now really, I would need a bottom wick. And I need a bottom wick breaking the low to get buy stops on the other side. Okay. There it is. Closure. What's going to tell us if we're going to come back down now? The lower time frames are going to tell us. $30 seconds for an hour. Doing. Doesn't mean we're going to drive, because we could get this. What I'm saying, I need that break of the low before taking. But it might not. Oh, how's that closed there? So there's the closure. No top wick. Means the hour's got no top wick, so look at that. Disgusting. So we're still bearish technically. We're still bearish, so we've got no top wick on this 1 hour. We need a bottom wick on this hour. Could we sell down? If we can push up, I'd probably need a fake out here on the 15 to take really. I'd need something like coming out of this area, then close back below, and then we could sell. Because I need the hour to have a top wick. But because both of them have got no top wick now. And if you're coming down for a bottom wick, it means it's got more chance it'll flip to the upside and then come and fill this range. This is what I'm saying is we've closed respecting, but it doesn't mean the next candle is not going to close back in, and that's the fake out. You know, it could be a fake out on a 2 hour. We could get a 2 hour fake out. But we have closed bullish, which is a good sign, but what you'll find is it could take a couple of hours to get down. And you don't want to be putting a buy stop above here thinking, well, this is not going to top wick, and this is not well, this one's going to have a top wick. because it doesn't mean it's going to drive because your close respected. If we broke back into that range and we got the same thing with the top wick, so let's say the range was like this, yes, you could have a buy stop on because you're likely going to flip and drive on this at that point. But at the moment, we can't really do much because for me that's close respecting. So I would either need a break of the lows and then a lower time frame break above. But could we take a wing back sell? I don't think I could take a wing back sell because the 4, if you take a wing back sell from here 23.69, yeah, thinking you're going to come back down because you're close respecting here, the higher time frame, the 4 was more powerful than the 1. So if the 4 does pull back and close respecting doji, because you've broke all the lows, because you broke this low, the new 4 doesn't have to give a bottom wick. It could just open up, tiny little bottom wick, and then flip to come back up, where you're not going to be able to get out. So I don't really fancy a wing back sell at the minute. I think if anything, I'd like price to come up, and then I would take sells below 23.60, because you remember originally when we done the top down analysis, one of the first setups what we had was the 4 hour. If the 4 hour closed below 23.61, we'd look for sells down to come and fill the range. Remember? So that's probably what we're still on now, because we've got an hour to wait for the 4 to close. So we might as well wait for this 4 to close below here, because at the minute you got the 4 closing respecting this minor support, and then the 1 it broke out and now closed respecting, and now we're pushing back up. So there's not much we can really do at the moment. What I would like to see is if price comes and taps this, and then we could look for a smaller time frame break below this on a 15, something like that, and then we look to sell down. This could be our advantage point. I would take partial move to break even, and this could be our target, or our target could be one of these. But that would sort of, that would rule out the fake out, if you like, because you're getting that pullback at that point. You're getting liquidity. But yeah, there's nothing much going on at the minute, guys. Fortunately, can't really do anything. Can't really do anything. Because this 4 could easily flip. We could push back up. There's not much volume though. We're not like flying anywhere. Is this 4 going to close respecting, or is it going to break out? And if it's going to break out, it's because it's already filled this range. Is it going to close below 23.61 or respecting 23.61? That's the question. That is the question. But it is sucking us in for a sell, because you've got no top wick on this 1 hour. So what tends to happen with the next hour? Well, the next hour tends to close the opposite. That's what tends to happen. So if we're saying, okay then, well, this is going to close doji or bearish because this has got no top wick, that means the 4 hour is going to close down here. So couldn't we take a wing back sell from 23.69? But at that point, you're just gambling. You're just guessing, well, you know, this could happen. What is price showing you? What's the 1? No top wick on the 3 and no bottom wick. 2's coming back into the range. 1. Yeah, I'd need, what I need. need more candles to print. I need to see what the 4 is going to do. So let's say the 4 closes doji, or bullish, small bullish. What are we thinking then at that point? Which way do we think price is going? Well, I would probably say price then, if we close doji here, we are still in this range from here to here. So technically we should come back up to fill the range. Now why would that make sense when we've done the top down? Well, it makes sense because the daily broke out. Yes, I know we can get a fake out, but it hasn't happened yet. It's something we can't preempt, fake outs. So the daily could flip to the upside at any point. Also, the weekly could flip to the upside at any point. So it does go with our bias and the general trend, and it does make more sense. But currently, we haven't got it yet. But we're just waiting to see if it does come, see if it does happen. So let's see what happens. You've got loads of reasons to come back up. Loads of reasons. I'd need a break at the lows to come back up really now. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. That'd be much appreciated. We've just come back after 2 weeks out because I've been moving house. It's been a pain in the ass. But we're back on. We need to get some momentum back on this stream. So that would really help us out. It's a new channel. If you drop us a like and subscribe to the channel, jump into our free Discord as well. You get access to free basics if you're just getting into trading. So that's completely free. And yeah, ask any question. You'll see the Discord tells you when I'm back on, when I'm live, or if I'm having a day off or whatever. So instead of wondering if I'm on today, you know, you could just look in the Discord and I would have put an announcement in. What's this 15 doing now? I want to see what this 15 does. Because if this 15 still, because the previous 15, if you look at the previous 15, no top wick, okay. So is this 15 going to close doji respecting? It's not like that, are we? Or are we going to break out? Well, let's see what this 15 does. Because if you close doji on this 15, then you're likely going to come back down. Could we get a top wick, break the highs, and then maybe sell stops below? The 4 is going to really give us the indication of where we're going. The only thing with these ranges here, guys, they're stops. They're so big, these ranges. Look at that. 180 pips at that point. 300 pips. See how we go. I need some tunes on, don't I? Sort of makes it a bit more chilled. I'm gonna have to get my little Bluetooth speakers, I think, and put it on via a phone, something like that. Oh, I tell you what, I can't wait for me heater. Can't wait for me. It's nippy in here. Nippy. And it's summer. It's summer. The thing about here, I'm literally on the beach, so you get the wind. Comes up from the sea. Oh, it's a beautiful place to live. Beautiful place. Get the pictures back out storage. You know, get it all back on. Relentless got some exciting news next week on Sunday. So if you're free on Sunday, jump on the call. There's an open call, which we don't do. We don't normally do open calls. So it's an open call. Get loads of information. What we offer at Relentless and also what's to come from Relentless will be announcing. So that'll be exciting for you. Again, if you want access to that, jump to the Discord, and all the announcements will be put in there for the open call. Sunday, I believe, 8 o'clock, is it? Let me just double confirm. My missus says double confirm. How can you double confirm? You can't. If you confirm the first time, you confirm, don't you? You can't double confirm. Where's announcements? Yeah. 28th of April. Where's the time? £8 o'clock, 28th of April. We're covering free resources, basics, YouTube, podcasts, etc. Monthly advanced package including strategies, the Dean Group, strategies, indicate demonstration, and special announcements. Social media, so yeah. Oh, look at the hour here. So if the hour closes like this, it's a good sign. We've had two candles then struggle to break back into the area, but you're then going to need to break the high again before selling down. Or I would need to break the high again before selling down. Hardest thing about trading is stopping yourself from getting into trades for the sake of getting into trades. Especially when you first start out, you just want to trade all the time because you feel like you're not learning anything unless you're in a trade. Right? Forget that. You've really got to forget that. It's not about that. It's by you not trading, you're still learning. You're teaching yourself not to get into stupid trade. You only want to trade high probability trades, don't you? That's all you want. High probability trades. So you need to have the discipline to. If it's not there, to be honest, I had an issue with this when I first started streaming, because I'm not about with YouTube, I'm about when I first started streaming on our Discord. I felt like just because I was streaming in front of people, I felt like I had to get a trade. I had to get it, and I was just taking daft trades when I first started. But you then just got to realise that you just can't do that. It's not going to work long term. So you just can't do it. There's 15 now. 15 close respecting. What's this 15 going to do? I can't take anything yet, guys. We'll have to wait for the 4, but... So yeah, just sit on your hands and wait. What's a good little tip is just do other stuff while you're waiting. So we're waiting here now for the 4 because it'll give us a bit more confluence in the direction with the 4. We know the daily can flip to the upside at any point, and what's going to initiate that flip? Probably the 4 closing back into an area or respecting an area. And that's probably going to initiate the daily flipping back up to the upside if it's going to do that. Now, or if the 4 breaks out, that's a bit more confluence that we're then going to push and fill the next range. So if you just wait, you've got to wait another hour. Just go and do what you need to do. Grab a brew, do some chores, spend 30 minutes with the missus, and then come back to the charts. That's what trading has to be like. Yeah, you can't just sit and stare at candles all morning. You could even set an alert, or you know that you're coming back on the hour to see what that hour candle is doing or that 4 hour candle is doing. Because by sitting here, believe it or not, you're having a fight in your head. Your head's having a fight that you want to trade and you just want to get in a trade because boredom sets in. Yeah, you want some excitement. You just sat here waiting. I've sat here for hours and hours, 4 or 5 hours to grab 10 pips. Yeah, like, and the trade played out in less than 5 minutes, you know. But obviously the income from it is worth it. But 5 hours sitting here having the discipline to wait for that perfect setup, that's what you've got to do. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Because they're waiting for you. You think they are waiting for you. They're waiting for you to get in a daft trade, for them to manipulate you, roll you up, fold you up like a black bull deck chair, right, and smash your stop loss. They're just waiting. Tired of waiting for the big win. Yeah. What is this for going to do? Are we going to fill the range now? Oh, look at the 15. We're pushing down. That means the hour's closing bearish. Looks like the hour's closing bearish. So, if the hour can come and create a low for this, we could then buy above 23.61. If it comes back up there, might not. You know, we might close down here on the hour, and that's the forward breaking out at that point, and then we look for sells down. Okay. But now that we're getting that bottom wick, if price comes back above 23, you think if we break the low and then we come back above 23.61, we've now got fuel to push the next range. And if we come back up, we're not just coming back up to tickle, yeah, and then come back down. We're going to come back up in order to push and fill the next range and break the previous wick. It's be interesting to see what this does. I mean, could we go for 30? If the 30 closes bearish and then we break the high, could we get a sell stop down? Potentially, but I don't think we're going to get that, are we? The best thing to do is wait for the 4, because the 4's had such a big push. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish candles on the 4. So where's this 4 going to close? That's where I'm really interested to see what this 4 is going to do. Is it going to come and fill this range? That's what tends to happen. 4 tends to then come and fill all the way down at 23.37. That's why I'm interested in a wing back buy from these levels, but how far could the daily come? I mean, could the daily really push that far? So if you didn't watch part 1 of the stream, guys, on the top down analysis, we did say that the daily, so the previous day, it actually broke out. However, all these tried to carry on the bullish run. Okay. Now, then what happened is we pulled back, we broke one low, and then we came back up, broke the high. So, and what you tend to get is you can tend to get a fake out to the upside. So, imagine how many people are going to be buying there. Loads are going to be buying, yeah? So, build up loads of liquidity below here, and then one candle comes down. Now, we could get a fake out on the daily, which would make things a lot easier tomorrow. Right, but obviously we're not closed yet, so technically this daily can still flip to the upside, because fake outs, yes, we're aware of them, and you tend to get them in a range 1. So this would be a range 1. This way you tend to get your range 1 fake outs, but it hasn't happened yet. It's something we can't preempt really. We're just aware of whereabouts they do play out, and it's normally is range 1, so we are aware of it. That's why we are a bit cautious today, because we know we could get a fake out on the daily, and if we get a fake out on the daily, that's us coming back down. I'd actually really like a fake out. The thing with these ranges though, they're really difficult because they're not solid ranges. So for example, if you look at this one, you would have marked up a support there, and then the daily actually closed back in, so you technically got a fake out here, and then look what happened, new candle, back up. It's because the ranges are not solid. Normally with ranges you want loads of touches, previous data, you know, and then that would be a strong range, but we've only got one, and this is the issue you get with all-time highs. Still tradable, but just every trade is a lot more risky, and you have to be more patient because you have to be very picky with your trades. Where if people have watched me previously, some trades we jump on, we're just like, right, we're in, or you get a breakout in an hour and that's it. You've got a sell stop on, and you're straight through, fairly straightforward, because the ranges, we've got loads of ranges to go off. Yeah, 100% of 2 times it's happened, it's still 100%, but it's only off 2. Or 100% of 20 times something's happened, you've got more. The probability is great on the second one that you're going to come straight through again. And that's all trading is, probabilities. All probabilities. It's not about being a wizard or predicting the future. It's just probabilities. What do I see? What has price done in the past? When prices close below here, what does price do next? And at the minute, the only thing we're going off, this is why I haven't got in on the hour, because the last time we were up in these levels was here, but we didn't come down to these levels. So the only time is here. And what did price do? Straight down. Yeah, came straight through to 23.38. Right? That's the only thing we're looking at. This is what we're looking at coming through. However, here the daily at that point hadn't broke out, so it wasn't a fake out. We could potentially get a fake out. That's the difference with this area. We could potentially get a fake out because we know fake outs were in here. It wasn't. We didn't get that. So it's a lot more straightforward. So that's what I'm saying. It might not do that this time because of this situation we've got on a higher time frame. So we've just got to be patient and wait. I mean, this is nice what we're looking at here. Can we get a top wick and then come back down? Or is the 4 gonna close respecting? Or is it gonna break below 34 minutes? Yeah. Tired of waiting. And then another thing is I've had 2 weeks out of trading. 2 weeks, quite long. And then it can sort of force you to grab a trade. Okay. Is it? Are you going down that block? Take the dogs down. Introduce them to Rosie. Yeah. I cut off one slide when I put the Spotify on as well. I think it might be a bit too much. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm doing alright. I'll be out in a bit for a brew. I'll come and get a brew in a minute.
So you want me to make?
No, I'll come out in a minute. Make a brew. I'm just waiting for this 4 to close. Actually, I'll come out now. Guys, I'm just going to grab a brew. We're just waiting for this 4 to close. Let's go make a cup of tea, guys. While we wait. How are we looking? Four, just not moving, is it? It's still respecting that area. Tied away, a big push. What's the 30 done then? Am I still there? Whoa, we nearly disconnected there, I think. Cut off for a moment, but came back, yeah. It's weird, mate. It just sort of drops. Drops in and out. Yeah, no worries, mate. Am I still on? What's going on?
Still on there.
Am I? Weird.
Still on there.
Am I? It just sometimes it comes up and says disconnected and then reconnected. So annoying. Here we go. Okay, copy. Don't know if the chat's on there now. Don't know if that's working now. Let's see. Okay. One of the 32. So 30 closed bearish. We're still respecting this area. Can we get a top wick? We're gonna have to wait for this 4 thing, guys. There's enough. I don't know whether this is gonna close respected or it's gonna flip. Sorry, break out. It's in a very tough area at the minute. So we're just waiting out. pushing back up now. It's all on this 4. If this 4 closes respecting, it's very tricky now. If we close respecting, you're probably going to come back up, but you're not going to be able to get in because you're now bearish. Well, you're bearish anyway, but you would need a break of the lows in order to come back up. So it's just whether you're going to get that within the first hour or so, 2 hours. You might have to wait for another 4 hour to close. Let's see what Wi-Fi speeds I'm getting. While I'm streaming. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, it's awful. 16. While I'm streaming. But when I'm not streaming, I get like 30 odd. Really bad. Upload speed. 4? Jesus. So I'll have to get Starlink now. Either that or get a hard wired in. Minutes. Oh, this is off my phone now. "17 minutes, guys." Really struggling that 4, isn't it? Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that, Nick. Yep. I noticed as well as I haven't put the bloody low latency on, so that probably hasn't helped. So we've got 8 minutes for this close, guys. Now, we know this hour's probably going to close bearish because the previous one's got no top wick. So if it does, it should still be respecting this support. However, it's a tricky one because taking sellers is dodgy. Just because we've been so bearish, I do feel we're going to have to come back to tap sort of 23.76, but coming down. But that's what I would need to see really for me to take a sell down. So I'm hoping the hour can close back into this range, right? And that's the forward closing respecting. And then I'm actually hoping we can then get a push down, break the lows, and potentially take a wing back buy from 23.46 for the 4 to. So the 4 would look something like down. Anything about that? Oh, yeah, could you? It might not happen though, and then we flip to come back up to the bottom wick. I don't know whether we're going to break the lows before we do that, but that's what I would need to see really. I would think you're probably only going to test the previous if you're going to do that. You might get something like that. I said it's a tricky day today because of the daily. You don't know what the daily's going to do. The daily, because the daily's broke out, are we going to flip to the upside or are we going to get a fake out, which is its prime area for fake outs? So it'll be very interesting to see tonight how this daily closes. Yeah, it's very interesting. And see me rock lamp. Look at this. Wow, you can't see the bloody thing. Look at that, the Lego. You gotta have a bit. You can't really see it, but it's there. Keeping everything nice and warm. Nice and cosy. The missus got me for my birthday. I turned 21 last week. 21. Yeah, 21. People actually believe me because I look so young as well. People believe me when I say 21. Like, why is me 24 now? Oh, there we go. Five minutes for a closure. I was looking at, I say I haven't been on the charts, I did have a brief look at a couple of different pairs on a higher time frame. This is what I've got on GU. GU is actually in a nice clean traffic range down to 1.21463, and the way I got this was, if you look at this on the daily, it is quite a clean traffic range down from there, straight through, comes straight through, maybe like that, straight through, straight through, come up, out, straight back down, straight back down. This one didn't do, we got a fake out on this, and this straight through. So probabilities coming down are pretty high, really. Hey mate. Same as the weekly, apart from this little area here. And that's what I had going on with GU. So, in the summer guys, it's going to be a case of trading in the morning and going for a swim in the sea straight after. Not nice. Now, if this 4 closes below, okay, 23.61, what I need to take sells down is I need the new 4 to come and break the high, and then I'll either look for sells below on a lower time frame or sell stop underneath for the 4 to come fill the range. If the 4 comes down and fills straight away, it's probably no go for me today. That's what I would need to see. Okay, that's if the 4 closes below. You're back, John. I'm back. Can you hear the music all right, John? Or too loud? Too quiet? It's off my phone, that's what I just might have to do. So we've got some tunes on. I used to hear that word, you know, lad, in the army. She said, alright lad. Alright lad. What are we doing? What are we doing? So if we look at this, right, we came back up. We struggled to break the highs a few times. 1, 2, okay. Then we come back down, we struggle to break back below here. So in order to get past this, we have to break the highs. We've now broke the highs. So, this now, we've come back down to have another stab at it. So this, we should be good to drive through, okay? But, we can't just enter like that, can we? We've got to wait for that breakout. Once we've got that breakout, but we also know how candles work, so once we get a breakout, we should get a top wick on the 4 to then flip to the downside to drive. However, the way basic Meraki works with a break is you only need a pullback to previous support at 23.61, and then you could get a sell stop underneath to flip. So this 4 might do this. Tap and then flip to fill. It might do. However, the reason I'm being overly cautious for a number of reasons, because the daily's bullish, the weekly's bullish. You're actually against the overall higher time frame trend. Okay, and we could get a fake out on the 4 with the next one. So that's why I'm overly cautious, and that's why I want to see a top wick first. And then another reason I want to see a top wick is because all these hours, look at all these hours with no top wicks. So I need to rule out that this is going to be a fake out on the 4 to come back up for the daily to flip. That's what I need to rule out. So it's very, very it's not a nice area at the minute. And I did say that on the top down analysis, it's going to be this is a bit of a tricky day. Okay, so we've had a forward close now, right? So what I need now is if I can get a top wick coming to tap. If I can get a top wick coming to tap 23.69, we're then on for sells below 23.61. Okay, that's what I'm after. Top wick. Because if we do this, so let's say the 4 does this, comes up to there. This is what I call the point of no return. And what this means is, if price pulls back that far and then it does come back to this level, it's not just going to activate you and then push back up all the way back up there, is it? It's going to activate you and then flip. Whereas if price pulls back to here, it could still probably come back, activate you, and then still push back up. Because price just doesn't open up, push like that, and then nice and smooth straight back down. Price is constantly moving up and down. Yeah? So when it gets to here, this for me would probably be the point of no return. It's previous support as in the previous zone. So if I can get that tapped, if price is going to come back up for all them top wicks on the 1 hours, it's not going to come back down here, it's going to carry on. You're then probably going to get something like that going up. And at that point we're not going to get activated. Okay? So unfortunately that's what I need to see. I can't take anything, but also price could easily tap previous support here, 2360, flip to the downside and fill this range easy. Could happen. But you can't have any FOMO. It's not my trade to take. If it's your trade to take, by all means, take it. Get yourself in there. As long as you know what you're doing, as in, and you're happy with the risk and things like that. But it's not my trade to take. But yes, price could easily come straight through because you broke all the highs here. First day back as well. Now, could we take a wing back sell though from there? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Uh, 10. Couldn't really take a wing back sell, I don't think. We're still respecting the zone nicely, so it does look like it's really struggling to come. I'm just thinking, could we take an aggressive off a 5? Can't really do that, but I need to wait for this pullback. Now the way this wing back, you're probably wondering why I've marked these up, as in these areas, potential wing back areas, because if I can get an hour closed back above here, then this would be on, because you've got more chance of price at that point coming back down, break this low in order to drive up, okay, and plus if you close back into the range, so what you need for wing backs is you need a higher time frame break the opposite direction, and then you can look for wing back. So for example, if we got a bullish 1 hour close here, then we can look for wing back buys below, wing back buys up. Okay, you couldn't look for wing back sells if you got an hour close above, because at that point you're bullish, aren't you? And I couldn't really take a wing back sell from here. Could I? Because the 1 hours. I'm really put off. I'm really put off how much it's pushed down, you see. That's the thing what's worrying me, that all these no top wicks. If you take a wing back sell, you might shoot straight through this area, 2369. Can't really take that either. Pullback needed, and then we can look for sells below 2361. That's what we're after. Okay. Yeah, lad. It's been nice having sort of a bit of a break off social media as well, to be honest with you. And we don't even posted much on social media. Obviously I've been too busy. I think I'm going to get these monitors on a stand, as in a wall bracket, so it's a bit more closer to the wall. Because there's like that much of a gap between because of the stand. So I'm going to have a look at that actually. Monitor. £19. .2 inches. About that. Will I get one of them? Deposit. Oh, we're flipping here. Are we gonna flip? This hour could easily flip and drive down. 73 millimeters. That. Better. We can do it at the minute, guys. Not for me anyway. It'll be interesting to see how this 1 hour closes here. See if it closes back above. Here we go. Are we getting back in here? Oh, look at that 15 close. Still close respecting. Oh, a decent bullish candle. Very tricky area at the minute, guys. We're really struggling to close back above here at the moment. But doesn't mean we're not going to. Means we might have to break the laws. I'm just thinking, could we just take a win back buy? Come on. Because if we come back down, are we going to tap 23.55 again? We might have to do this, you see. Down for a double bottom and then go. Can we not take a win back buy from here? If the forward closed respecting, yeah, I'd probably be on that. But the fours broke below. Very tricky. 3, 2. Couldn't do that really, guys. Yeah, I couldn't really do that. We'll have to wait here. We need that pullback. 23.69. Make it do anything. Unless something pops out for us. At the minute, nothing. I said he's closing in 10. It's the 4 coming back up here. Everything's brought the lows, you see. And you haven't closed back in on the 2 or the 1. So you broke all the lows, so tricky buying up. Morning guys, if you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the stream. If you're new, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, jump into the Discord. Trade most mornings, Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock UK time. However, I haven't been on for 2 weeks because I've been moving house. So we're pushing back up, which is nice, but we haven't actually closed back into this range. So when I say here, now if we get our close back in here, that's your fake out technically. This whole move is your fake out. Would be a case of just getting a bottom wick really, coming back up. That would probably work. I just don't like the 4. The 4's broke the lows now. Because to come back up really on the 4, you would need a 4 close bullish. A bit like this really. 4 close bullish. Then you'd need a bottom wick. And then the flip to come back up to take buys up. So, and this could be the start of that move. So this is what I'm saying is, I need this to get tapped to even consider sells below here. And then that's all I'm after, really, because by the time, the reason I'm not really looking at, I am looking at buys, but it's probably not going to happen till at least the next 4 close, which I won't be on. I'll probably call it morning by 11 if we haven't caught anything. So I would need a 4 close back above that, really, to then look for buys up, and then I could take a wing back buy from here for the 4 to flip, because the new 4 then should pull back, flip to the upside. That's what I would prefer. Just about being disciplined, guys, waiting for your setup. I mean, we're pushing nicely here. Look at this. It's 15. Go on, if you push past this week, you might get a pop up. Because everything's still bearish at the minute. So if you get an hour close up there, then you get a pullback. Yes, we could potentially take the 1 hour up, but it would be a case of a buy stop after a pullback, because the 4 could just flip to the downside. So you've got contradiction. You don't want contradiction really. The best trades are where you've got no contradiction whatsoever and everything just lines up right. I had to get me little heater today, I think. What's a 15 done? 15's closing in 4 minutes. this 30 close and get a bottom wick. Stops are huge, man. All these ranges are massive. So it looks like the 30's closing back into the range. So this is technically the first candle. That would be the 15. This is the first close into that range. So now are we going to get a fake out back to the downside, or are we going to drive? I am debating on whether to, if we do get that break the low, get a buy stop on the other side to come up, because if it does if it does happen to flip, it's probably going to fill this range then fairly quickly. It would have to break the lows for me to look at it. As in the previous candle. 15's got no bottom wick. So if we can come back down, if we can get a top wick, come back down, create a bottom wick for this, we could potentially get a buy stop on the other side, because if this does flip, it's likely going to drive. That's 30 pips. Let's see what this does. So there's the 30 close out. So we're at a 30 close out here, then we come back down. 23.47. Could we tap 23.47 now? See if this 30 can break the lows. get a fake on this 30? Can this 30 break the lows? We sort of want this to break the lows, and we can potentially look at buys up. Might not break the lows, I might just come down for this 15. It's 15 bottom wick. Because we're technically bearish on the 1 hour. You've had 2 candles close respecting this area, so if this hour closes in, it's a good sign you're going to have to push back up in order to drive down, because it just wasn't enough. You've now broke the highs now, so is this going to flip and push? That's going to be the one really. $15's come back down to that area now. That bottom wick area, so what's it going to do? I'd really like to see a 30. If not, we can look at the hour. I'll be back in a second, guys. We're waiting on the hour anyway. Okay. How are we looking? Not moved at all. See, what's this 30 going to do? Is the 15 going to close back in? Are we going to get a fake out? And then is that the 4 flipping? So the 4s give us a top wick. But is the 4 going to flip now? I need a pullback to take sellers below you guys, unfortunately, but it could come straight through. If this is your trade, by all means take it. we had a 3-hour close there, and then we had a bullish close. And then the 3rd hour, I mean, you still got 2.5 hours left of this for that. Are we going to mess about here? Oh, look at the one. Oh, the one's rejecting nicely. Look at that. It's probably going to be on this one, what this one does, which direction it's going to go. Because if the one closes like this, you're still respecting this area. You've basically got, well, you're respecting this support, so the next, it means you need to come down to break the lows before driving up. You can't drive up because you need to break the lows. I can't take that, guys. There, it's coming back in. This 15. So with the 30 coming down like that, could we now get a buy stop off the 30 to come up? Can't, because the hour's not broken. I'm going to see how this hour closes, guys, and then we'll go from there, basically. First day back at it. We need to see if that daily is going to close bearish or it's going to flip to the upside. It'd be a lot more straightforward tomorrow, I would think. But if we look at the logbook, we're doing pretty good on the logbook. We're in profit overall. We had 100% month in November, January. We took a loss in February, which was, I believe, was the last trade of the month, which was a shame. And then April, we only took 2 trades in April, and one of them was a loss. And that's when I was moving house, basically. So I shouldn't really have traded because I just had that much going on. I just wasn't really in the zone for that. So I mean, all these are partial losses. I think we've only had one full loss. Where was that full loss? You could probably class that as a full loss. February, sorry. Yeah, second last trade of the month. We've only had, and then they've all been partial losses. So partial, what I call control losses, and that's the key. Losses are part of it. You've got to understand, losses are part of it. When you take a loss, doesn't mean you're a failure, doesn't mean you can't trade. Losses are part of it, but it's how you control your feelings after a loss, and it's what you do after. That's what counts. You think I took a loss? When did I say? April. That was on the 10 days ago. Okay. Do you think I was going through them 10 days thinking I need to get back on the chart because I took a loss and I need to make that money back? I wasn't. However, it took me years to learn that and to be disciplined, to think, nah, I'll just come back another day, because when I get on the chart, it's a completely new day. That loss didn't happen. I'm just back on the charts again. Same thing every day. And that's where you got to get to. But, you know, leaving a loss like that, not trading for 10 days, is, you know, can be pretty difficult for some people. So losses, they'll always happen. Okay, so you just need to understand that. I think I'm going to get a new webcam. I don't think the quality is very good. It's either that or the lighting, isn't it? This 1 hour does know what it wants to do. Looks like the 15's closing back in, but or is it going to close respecting? That's such a bearish run down. You're now breaking the highs. You brought this high. Look at this 1 hour. 18 minutes, guys, for a close yet. Nothing going on in there. Come on, goal. What you doing? 15-minute close in 30 seconds. And we don't know which way we're going. So this was a fake out to the upside, it looks like. And this 15 close is respecting. Okay, the 15 close back into the range. Is this the start of the push back down for the forward to flip to the downside? Potentially. Potentially. It's all lovely for breakouts. You think you've had a forward breakout. 3, 2. You've actually had a 2 nest play. You've had a 1 hour nest play. Double nest play even. Right, everything's looking good for sells, but it's because I can't take sells at the minute because of all this. I need that decent pullback because we haven't had a pullback at all. So I need a pullback to tap at least this before I can take sells. But everything's looking really nice for sells. Ah, sucker me in. Sucker me in. This is what Forex does. Sucks you in. Now if the hour closes respecting again here, right, then you're going to have to break the lows in order to drive up, I would think. So at that point, yes, we can look for sells coming down. But it would be a lot safer if you wait for this to get hit. I do believe you're probably going to tap that before coming down. I might be wrong, but that's my ideal situation. Because I am cautious of the daily flipping to the upside. Because the daily's broke out. So I am cautious of that as well. You broke the lows now as well, so it could flip. This is what I'm saying, it's a tricky area, this. I need that top wick being took on the 4. Because it's quite straightforward. If this cannot come up and create a top wick for this previous 4, we just get a sell stop underneath to come down. If it does flip to the downside. But if this flips and comes and fills the range, I'd probably just call it. It's all on this hour really, what this hour's going to do. Look at this 30 now pushing back up. Is this 30 going to close respecting? It's 15 now. What are you doing, one? Tricky, guys. Tricky. $15. Another 15. Looks like it's gonna flip. Come on, let's get some volume, man. Bloody hell. I thought it would be a nice simple day today. That one's just messing about, isn't it? It doesn't know whether it wants to break in or respect. And when we had a breakout here on the one, but this was after we came down to tap 23.38. Now, if this doesn't flip, this 1 hour, right? If it doesn't flip, it probably means that this, just breaking this high, wasn't enough liquidity. If this closes bullish, what we're probably going to see is, even if it closes respecting, you're probably still going to get a push up to break the highs. Today. 15. Doesn't know what it wants to do, does it? Do we need to come back down? Struggling here, guys. You don't know if this 4 is going to flip or... But for me to take sells down, I need this tapping. 23.69. So I can't really do it. Can't really do anything until that gets tapped. I'm just thinking for... You can look at wing back buys back up because the 4's broke the low. So if the 4 had closed respecting, yes, we could look at wing back buys from 23.47.14 and also 23.31.78. We could do that as well. But you would need a 1 hour close above. So if we got the 1 hour close above, then yes, we could look at the wing back from 23.47. Okay, but until that, if this hour close is respecting, I'm probably just going to call it. I can't really do anything. What is this music? Get this shite off. Come on! Can't wait for that heater. It's cold in here. Can you tell? Relentless meetup, guys, in May. Soon to come, our summer meetup, and then we've got our Christmas do. Christmas do is fantastic. The meetup's open to members and non-members. So if you live in the Manchester area and you want to just come and say hi, by all means, come and join us. We meet at a certain location at a certain time. You drop me a message, I can tell you where that is. Okay, so we're getting a close here. What's this here? Ooh, look at this. Okay, so there's the 1 hour close back into the range. This is really sucking me in this. So what did that look like on the 15 then? That means we've got a nest play on the 30. We've got a nest play on the 30. We've got 15 close back in. Can we get a bottom wick? What would this be with the 1 hour? I don't like this. This is the only thing I don't like. What's this? We're just not leaving town yet, are we? So with the one now, I could be interested in a wing back buy. 23.46. How long is that going to take? I mean, this hour could flip and push up, and then we'd be looking at the expecting again. We've got the one, but I need now the one to break the lows. So if this one can come and break these lows, we can potentially get a buy stop on the other side. We need it to break the lows though. We need to rule out this here. Can you see this? So we broke above here, and then the next hour just really just shot down. So I need price to now, to rule this out, we need price to break the previous hour low. So if this can come down, break the low, then we could sell above, buy above, or buy stops above, or with a lower time frame candle to close above. And then that should initiate the push back up. That rule out the 4 flipping to the downside. Because remember, the 4 can flip to the downside at any point. At any point. You haven't even had a wick fill on this yet. So this could flip at any point. But I can't take sells because I need a decent pullback. Do you know what I mean? I need a decent pullback, but I can't take buys until I get the low broken, because the previous data tells me that we could just bomb it straight through that zone. So like I said to you, it's just in an awful area really. We needed this to already be played out. And then coming into the session, 11:05. I'll give it another 15 minutes, see how we get on. See if we can grab something. Gold's getting stronger there, but so's USD, so tomorrow should be fairly straightforward. If we get that that daily closure, and then we get a top wick, then we can look to sell down, be fairly straightforward. It's such a shame though, because this is quite a clean, from here to here is quite clean, down, right? But the reason you're not driving straight through cleanly is because all of this, you haven't had any pullbacks really. So you need some sort of pullback to come through. This is the pullback what we're on obviously, but how far we're going to pull back? Are we going to reverse from here, carry on? Or are we going to pull back here, or even further? Where are we going to pull back to? This is the thing. And you've got a previous support here. What was this again? I think this was mining levels on a lower time frame. That's why we picked this. So we could even pull back to there really. No bottom wick, and no top wick even. 15's flipping here. Are you gonna drive? It's sucking me in like. So we're not driving up. Doesn't look like it. Do we need to break the lows in order to drive up? We're breaking the lows here. What's going to happen? Five minutes left for a 15. What is this going to do here? Above there. Is this fall going to carry on down, or are you going to pull back? That's the question. Hey. I don't think this is happening today, guys, for me, unfortunately. We're just messing about. You've got the fours broke out, but I need that pullback to take sellers down. And then to take buys up, I'd need a break of the lows to come back up. And it's unlikely it's going to happen on this hour. I can see this hour just closing like this, and then you're going to have to wait another hour to decide if that's going to break the lows and then flip, if it's going to do that. But I can't see us moving that much at the minute. For at least another hour. And you know what I'm like? I like to be done for 11, half 11 at the most, really. So what I might do is I'm probably going to call it a stream. I will be jumping on New York, and if I find anything, I'll drop it in the trade ideas for the members. But at the moment, the only thing I've got is I need a pull back to here to take sells below 23.61. So once we come up and tap this area, I will then be looking for sells. If price does come back down, I'll be selling below there to come down to fill the range. However, you can't come down to fill the range here and then come up. I won't be interested. So if price does come down, then I won't be interested. If it does come back up to here, taking sells, I just won't. I'll just wait for it to come back tomorrow. To take buys up, if we do come and break the low, right, and let's say we do come down here and then we come up, then I can take buys above here to back up. That makes sense. So I need either a high or low to be broken in order to sell or buy the opposite way. And at the minute, we're just messing about. It might not happen on this hour. You could get a nest play on this hour and then the new hour. So I'm going to have to wait till 12 o'clock. And then 1 o'clock's going to come, and it's just, before you know it, you're on for another 4 hours. Tell for review. Alright, check. Good morning, Nella. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm back. I'm finally in now, Nella. 2 weeks out. I've had just sorting the house out, sorting this place out, and sorting the internet out. So the internet hasn't been too bad today. So we should be back to normal jogging now. Unfortunately though, today is probably no trade this morning on stream. It's more that daily. I think tomorrow should be a fairly straightforward day if we get that daily bearish close. So it should be fairly straightforward today. Okay. Any questions before I go, guys? Anything at all? No? Yeah, there's no volume as well, mate. It's just something to look at it. We just had a bloody cow there just fecking about, isn't it? No worries. Right, guys, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I'll be back on tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If you're watching and you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It'll be much appreciated. Jump into our Discord and you'll get notified when I'm on and off. And yeah, so I'll see you all tomorrow. Catch you later, everyone.